Two balls and a strike to count on Taylor. Reyes fires, swinging a drive, deep left field. It's his way back. Walker Buehler.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined today by Matt Moreno from Dodger Stadium with breaking news 2 days in a row. Yesterday, a Max Muncy contract extension. Today, far less positive news. The breaking news today is that Walker Buehler has undergone Tommy John surgery. He will likely miss the entirety of the 2023 season. Matt, what can you tell us about the news that came out today?
Yeah, so it's, I guess, a little surprising, right? Just because the Dodgers, Dave Roberts, like we talked about, had been saying, we're optimistic. It won't necessarily be Tommy John. The last MRI he had was sort of inconclusive. But, Buehler announced on his Instagram shortly, like maybe 5 minutes before I got here, that he had a second Tommy John, and obviously the first one being shortly after he was drafted by the Dodgers. And so that's the team hasn't officially announced it yet. Dave Roberts is due to speak in about an hour from now. It's 3:10. Depending on when you're watching this, his comments may be out. We will have that video up on our YouTube channel for you as well. But yeah, in terms of timeline, I think you sort of hit the nail on the head. He's probably not going to pitch next season, and we'll get more details, I'm sure, in the next day or two.
Yeah, and again, we sort of assumed this. You connected the dots with all of the reports we had. When a pitcher has a forearm elbow issue, it almost always ends in Tommy John. Clayton Kershaw sort of being the exception to that. But you do the math. Dustin May just returned from this injury. He was out for about 475 days. If you do 475 days from now, assuming he got this surgery within the past couple of weeks, we're talking about December of 2023. So that puts us well beyond the finishing of the 2023 season. The good news, I would guess you could say, is that Buehler has come back from this. Guys do come back from Tommy John. It is not a career ender anymore. In fact, some guys actually throw harder. But knowing that you're going to be without Buehler for the remainder of this season, which we already knew, and the entirety of next season, is a blow. And that leads me to looking ahead and saying, well, what does this mean for the Dodgers? Not just this year, because they've already got the answers for that, but next year. Julio Urias still under club control. He'll be in the third year of arbitration. Dustin May and Tony Gonsolin will be entering the first year of arbitration. You've got guys like Ryan Pepiot and Michael Grove who will be on the roster. There will be guys like Bobby Miller that will probably get added to the 40-man. But Andrew Heaney, Clayton Kershaw, Tyler Anderson, all free agents at the end of this season. And so I'm curious, Matt, do you think that a guy like Tyler Anderson, a guy like Andrew Heaney, guys who have found sort of career resurgences with the Dodgers, we just saw Max Muncy with an in-season surprise extension. Would you be shocked if a guy like Tyler Anderson ends up signing a 2-year contract or something with the Dodgers in the next few weeks?
Maybe a little bit, only from the standpoint of, I think, like Anderson could, I'm not saying he would, but he would be in a position to play hardball, because if the Dodgers come to him, like, it would be obvious why they're approaching him about a contract extension. And so at that point, he could say, well, this is what I want, and if you don't pay it now, then, I'll just wait until free agency. And again, I'm not saying that's the path he could take. He could be, more of a guy who's like, yeah, let's work something out. I've really enjoyed my time here, and let's do something that makes sense for both of us. But, this late in the season, I don't know if I would really count on any sort of contract extensions at this point. But like you said, the rotation for next year suddenly looks a little shaky, to say the least.
Yeah, and it is worth noting, by the way, that Muncy negotiated a contract with a player option upcoming. So he was not in control. That doesn't explain to me still why he signed an extension with the $10 million up to $14 million option year, which seems well undervalued. But a guy like Anderson Heaney, you make a great point. At this point, they just say, let's wait till free agency, then we can get offers from other teams and figure out where we go from there. Again, Urias, May, and Gonsolin, the only current rotation guys under contract for next year. Of course, Trevor Bauer's situation, but I think we've all written that one off. And then you've got younger guys like Ryan Pepiot, Michael Grove, and somebody like Bobby Miller as well. It is worth noting, Walker Buehler will have one more year of team control when he returns from Tommy John. He is under team control through 2024 because he's a Super 2 player. So I guess if you want a sliver of good news, it's that you haven't seen the last of Walker Buehler in a Dodgers jersey. Presumably, he will be back in 2024 with the Dodgers, you would imagine. But breaking news, again, Walker Buehler, Tommy John surgery, announced himself, as you said, not confirmed by the team. But I think if the guy posted on his own Instagram, that's pretty much all the confirmation we need. And again, we'll miss the entirety of the 2023 season, barring a miracle. That's Matt Moreno. My name is Jeff Spiegel. Hey, we appreciate you joining us. Let us know what you think below. What do the Dodgers do with their starting rotation beyond this season? Let us know in the comments below. Check us out at DodgerBlue.com, DodgerBlue1958 on social media. As Matt said, we'll have tons of content up on our YouTube page. And make sure you're following us on social media. We've got a live watch-along Wednesday night you will not want to miss. Links will be posted there. That's Matt from Dodger Stadium. We appreciate you joining us. I'm Jeff. We'll see you next time.